All right, Willie. Very briefly, I'll go over the 9-card location. Now, well, there's a few things really. The first thing is I don't do the revelations that were suggested by Darwin Ortiz, because I know 200,000 revelations. You know 200,000 revelations. You do whatever comes to mind, but I think it's nice to have a few sequences that lead naturally one into the other. So I'll just very briefly go through this by saying, well, I'll take out the hearts, ace to 9 of hearts, and we'll say that those are the chosen cards. There's really not much to it. Ace to stray, 5, 6, 8, 9. So we're looking for the 4 and for the 7. There's the 4 and there's the 7. So this the first lady signs her card. So you take that back, and the next one, the next one, the next one. So clearly they come back. They come out as you reveal them. They come 9, 8, 7. So they're inverted. What Ortiz says, you have them. You take them back. You say, okay, blah blah blah. You take them back. So there's your cards. I couldn't possibly know what cards you chose. You had a perfectly free choice, and while you do that, you do a pinky count of 9 cards, and you bring the cards together and you say, I'll spread those out here, and in fact, just to make sure you take a few more, you just do that. You just smear them together, and you don't have to worry about making this a very convincing scramble, because they're really busy just doing that, and you put them back in here. Now they obviously come back 9 and so forth. The first few I'll show you what I did in the routine, and I'll do this singly for you because it's a nice sequence. So the first one, you can just cut it into the center somewhere, slip cut it into the center, hold a break, and do a center card reverse as you talk, whatever, and have it in jog. Show the cards like so, and take the cards in your hand, stealing this card into longitudinal tenkai. Oops, without overshooting. Let's see, it happens to me too. But anyhow, so that's the first 9. Then you do this. By the way, here's something I've been playing with. I call it the I don't know what I call it, but I think about touching the angel's wing, because if you touch the angel's wing, you get this retention of vision. It's a small thing, it's a small detail, but it's kind of nice. Anyhow, so this one is on top. So you touch the angel's wing, do your second, and do this type of thing. Sorry, I was wrong. You don't do this type of thing, because in this case you want to reveal the next one. You actually do this one. It goes in. Let me just do it at speed. So so here's the 9. You just reveal the 9. You do this. Turn it face up, and you steal it into whatever that's called, Tenkai Masterpon, whatever. You go over and you swivel out this card, and this card appears. And then I think what I actually did in the routine was just with a single card. So with a single card, you just go over and you have a single card, and it gets revealed. The next one, you can do whatever you want. So the next one appears in some fashion. Who cares? And so now you have 5 cards left, and you want to reveal 5 cards, but the 5th card is the one that needs to go. This is the 5th card. The 5th card is the one that you need to fold up and needs to go into a ring box. So I mean, it's kind of hard to talk about it and think about it at the same time. It's obvious when you do it, because you know where the cards are. You just, if you do any sort of riffle work, you know what needs to happen. So this one needs to be the last one that is on top. So you do a slip cut, which means that the last one that's going to be on top is the Ace of Hearts, and the other three you can, I don't know, overhand shuffle to the bottom or whatever the hell you want. So I don't know exactly what I did there, but what I had thought about doing is this. You can do this knocking out the aces with 5 cards, except that you have to pay attention to the last card, and it's almost like pearls before the swine. I shit you not, 'cause it's a nice little sequence. So what you do is you do the first part of the sequence, and you will remember that, I'm sure. So this is the 5, okay, but the ace is on this one. So you have this one here, side jog, and you do the Charlie Miller table pass, and the packet that you table passed, the packet that you shifted, you shuffle into the other packet. So you still have the setup at the bottom and the setup on top. Let me do this again for you just real quick. So this one here is on top. Let me leave it face up. Let me leave both of them face up, so that way you'll see. So this one is on top. You do this first part, the Vernon Koltek cut, and actually it's kind of better if this card is this packet is quite small and this packet is somewhat larger than ordinarily. They're not all the same size. The top half actually gets cut clearly. I'm sorry. So you reveal this. This is revealed. This is the 5. So this card is cut and it's now in the center. Now you put all of this on top here, so it's still in the center. And as you go back, and if you do this, if you do the Charlie Miller cut and keep a break there, and you just then shuffle this in between the other two, the top part is still on top, and the bottom part is still at the bottom. So now you can do, you do the revelation, take about half, and take a very small one, but really widely side jog it, and as they say, stopping, it essentially just takes single cards. You put this on top and hold a break there, and you convert the side jog into a break as well, because this one needs to go back on top, and this is the bottom part and this is the top one. So this, you do like an up the ladder sequence, just really a part of the sequence, and then you just shuffle the cards together again, meaning that this one gets back on the top and the others are back at the bottom. Now the next revelation is the one where you do it in mid-shuffle. You don't have to do anything different. You cut off a larger portion to the right, smaller portion to the left. You have a few, you let a few drop, and this one is broken off. I mean, we've dealt with that at length. You do this thing, whatever, and it's there. So that's the 3. Now you might as well do a really quick up the ladder sort of sequence. I only have to look because I'm explaining at the same time. So this one here is at the bottom. If you're just doing it, you're thinking about it, you know where it's at. This one here is at the bottom. This is the next one that you need to have. And you shuffle them together, but you actually shuffle one card below that. As in other words, there's an indifferent card, then there's the deuce, then there's the rest of the deck, and this card is on top. So, and you have to play it about, whatever, 7 cards. So you ask them to cut the cards wherever they want, about half. Let me say about half. And say that did you get it? Nope, you cut to a 6. But of course I knew that you're going to cut to a 6 because that's my indicator card, and you can obviously, you should show this card, but nobody's going to notice anyhow. But you might as well show it. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You said 6 cards. It's the 6th card. Okay, there's your card. So all I have to do is find your card. Da da da. Blah blah blah. They want to see this card, and in the meantime you do the Mercury thing. And I'm not going to do that right now, but you know. But this is the ring box, which is a nice ring box, by the way. It's almost perfect. It's really just tailor made for it. It has a little metal thingy there, metal closing, metal whatever thing. It has a lip, and you can actually press the sides a little. They give a little. So even if the card is not securely tied in there or glued in there or in some other way, actually firmly locked in place. You can lock it in place well enough by just pressing the sides, and it catches the lip and it falls out as per Tommy Wonder. It's quite a nice little bit. And that was the 9-cart Discovery. Now, the one thing I wanted to tell you about this is because you don't have a chance to do a 9-cart Discovery every day. I did okay with it. I liked the reaction. I thought I had completely messed it up, but I liked the reaction. What's nice about it is you can do this for 3 people, or you can do it as a 4-ace Discovery. If you do it as a 4-ace Discovery, you have to start with 2 red aces or 2 black aces. They have to be color segregated. And the first one goes in the center, and in this case a red one, and you need to turn it face up, and you're ready. You're good to go. So the first one, you say, well, I need a red ace, I need an ace. There's a red ace. Then you do the same thing again. There's one red ace. The next red ace is going to appear. You won't even see it. Lo and behold, there's the next red ace. Clearly, that means all I'm missing is the 2 black aces. And this is where the pen comes in. You can do it with a pen. You don't have to do it with a pen. I absolutely love this pen. It was a gift at this DFB bit. It looks and feels like a magic wand. It's really heavy. I looked it up online. It cost 35 euros if you buy it. It's one of a piece kind, Fußball Zukunft, DFB logo, what have you. It handles. I'm not into pen spinning, but if I was, it would be perfect for that as well. It's balanced, whatever. And if you open it, it rolls, as you know, for your own pen production there. But at any rate, you have 2. You push over. You just push over a triple. You do this, and as you go back, you pull back the top card, meaning that you can lay the double down. And this shouldn't happen, but it doesn't matter much. You can lay the double down. It appears out of nowhere. You can pick it up and steal it. You can immediately steal it. You go over and you pull this one back, and you can go over with both hands, and you have this diamond formation, and that looks nice. While I'm at it, because I'm really sort of proud of this little sequence there, you can do the whole sequence without the deck. You can, for example, you can have all these cards in your lap or on your lap. You just need to know where which one is, and you start with nothing. Whatever. At some point, you lean back, you go in your lap, and you load the first one into a longitudinal palm. You go over, and you get the first one. Now, if you get the first one, the second one, you can go. I don't know where. I have never done this in my lap. I think you can do it. You have the first one. The first one appears, and then obviously once you add it on the second one from a cop or whatever, nothing changed. You still have just one card, and then you can do this, and you take your middle finger as a pivot point, as though it was the deck, and you just pivot this around the. Let's say you do this, and you take it in your hand as though this was the pivot point. You pivot this around your middle finger, and this card appears out of nowhere, which is nice and surprising, which means that you can immediately go back and get the next one, and again, nothing has happened. I mean, you can after each load, you can show that nothing has happened. You can either do the bit with a pen, which I don't think you should do. Well, you can do whatever you want to do. It's nice to play around with, actually. But if you don't want to do that, you can just have your standard appearance. It's not a standard appearance. But, I'm so enamored with the pen now that I do the bit with a pen, but won't be a good thing. Anyhow, the way I thought about it is just doing this, turning these over, and you have a very flourishy sort of 4 aces, but I think the pen is probably better. And last but not least, that's what I initially thought about it. If you have a deck in any sort of order, mem deck, new deck order, or whatever order you want to have it in, and you have 3 cards chosen, I thought about it initially of doing it with 3 cards only because I don't like number 4. We've had this before. So if you do this and you say stop there, and you just side steal that, and only 1 card is out of order. You side steal this card here, and in this case only 2 cards are out of order, and the next one you center reverse that will be the 3rd card is out of order. All the rest of the cards are in whatever order you wanted them to be, and but it seems as though you're doing a whole lot with the cards, even though you're not doing anything. I mean, you're just doing whatever you're doing with the top cards. One more thing that I want to show you: if you have a spectator and the card is on top, the double is on top anyhow, you can just have the spectator close her fingers and the card appears in her fingers. So anyhow, I hope you like that. The thing is, what I wanted to